paint big, so that's why I moved to murals. Danielle Fouché saw some of the work that I had done around. By then I had a number of projects that were commissions for different businesses, Copper Star, the Azucar in South Phoenix, Azucar Coffee. So she saw that I was painting and she asked me if I wanted to participate. And then the homeowners in that year, the homeowners selected the artist. When I got here in 2008, I was furious. I came from New York City. My other cities I lived in were Los Angeles and London. There's no art here. In 2008, there was no art. The very first Friday was it. And I really couldn't believe it. So I felt like instead of complaining about it, I felt like I had to really put an effort into getting more art up there. My initiative is to grow art in Phoenix, and it really has. It really has. I've been happy to be along for the ride, participating in the ride of the growth of art here, and the mural project is a big part of that. This is what I do for a living and always have. Scenery, movies, videos, cars, bikes, whatever, it's for a living. So with the Phoenix Mural Project, she had the homeowners agree to contributing part, and she had raised money. The businesses, sometimes they just want to barter with you or something, I don't know. It's been difficult, is what I'm saying. The homeowners were very receptive. The businesses at the time were not as receptive. Sustainability / water, depending on who you talk to. I like themes, I like parameters. So that's the theme, sustainability. And since SRP is the sponsor for this, they've donated a chunk of money for this, along with the canal development. It became pretty much written in stone what I was gonna do, because I've been looking for a wall to make this statement for about 4 years. I was down in South Phoenix a number of times, and I noticed that something different about South Phoenix. There's no shade, there's no bus shelters, don't have shade, trees are cut down. And I started to ask some people, and I began to learn the history of the canals. And the history of the canals is that the Hohokam did the canals around 1000 to 1100 AD. Those canals were here. And that particular tribe of indigenous people became a different tribe. The Tohono O'odham and the Akano O'odham were all part of the natives that were here, and they built the canals. And when they disappeared, and I won't go into the history of that, you can check different sources for the history of that, why, but they aren't disappeared. They aren't disappeared at all. Their ancestors' blood is here, and also they are here, they're watching. So my theme has always been to honor and to really validate that the Hohokam contribution, they were here first. So when you read the stories, when you go to the website of the Historical Society, or when you look at some of the documentaries or read some of the papers, when you read about the irrigation system in Arizona, you see one sentence about the Hohokam. And they did it all, miles and miles of canals. It created a fertile land out of the desert. Really what they did was incredible. In early 1900s, when the SRP farmers decided that they needed water on their land, they saw the water running off from the Colorado River, from the snow melt in the mountains, and they said, hey, we gotta harness that. And then when they started digging, lo and behold, there's a 30-foot wide canal, 10 feet deep for miles. And you see one sentence and a little quaint painting in the lobby. Get to do public art, I feel we have a responsibility to make a statement. When you get a public wall, you can make a statement. When I'm doing a private commission, I do what the homeowner wants. But here's a chance to make that statement, to please honor the Hohokam contribution. And you have Chief Azul, he died in about 1923. I think he watched the construction of the Roosevelt and the Coolidge dams, which were the dams that were built by the early SRP to divert all the water away from the original indigenous lands. So on that side is the original, the Hohokam. And so they're watching this construction from both ends. The heads are watching the building of the dam. Chief Azul is minding the irrigation valve, and he has a vulture that's making it possible for them to redirect the land, redirect the water to go back to the land. And on the other side is a gate valve. The idea is we're going to take this back because 40% of the indigenous homes, 40% native homes today have no plumbing, no running water. That's ridiculous. It's not just honoring them, it's saying that they're still here, and I'm empowering them again, or allowing them to use their power with the valves as kind of a metaphor for saying the Gila River project, the reclamation project, it's just stalled in Congress. It's stalled. Let's get it back on board. Let's get water to people. You see stories about people having to truck. They buy these big bladders, and 1 or 2 people in the community trucks the water in. And with COVID and not being able to, be as free to travel, the water supply is just devastated. And that's just totally beyond a slap in the face. The people that seeded the whole thing.